Hey guys, it's Crystal. So I said I was going to do this video for you guys today. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of my paperwork, how I keep organized throughout the year to get ready for taxes. So this is my big binder. Seeing if you guys can all see this that I keep. And I have tons of stuff in here. I try and bring this to every party and every event that I do. I start off just on the side here having a tax cheat sheet, which is especially useful for when you first start. I also have a list of party goers that I can put out at the parties to get their email and see if they're interested in hosting their own party or becoming a consultant, updates on new shipments, things like that. I also just have some of my signs that I use in here. Care instructions to slip in the bags. If you don't have those and you want them, you can get them off the Files tab on my team page. Let me see what else I have in here. And some of the paperwork that is also in the Files tab, I have the frequently asked questions. I have information packets in here for when people want info on becoming a consultant. I also keep all my invitations to different events and stuff in here. 5 reasons to host a party. Just little things like that I use. I have the hostess responsibility sheet in here also. I do also have this. This is in the Files tab also. Oh, I can't see if you guys can see that or not by where I'm pointing my calendar and my camera. Event inventory sheet. This is the sheet I use at the end of every party or event. I write down the total amount of my necklaces sold, bracelets, earrings, etc. I also write down the cost of event, and then I can figure out my profits and all that and any items donated. Going to the next page here. Let me see. I have my insurance information in here just in case an event needs a copy of that. Here you're going to see all these are just all my receipts from my previous parties. I make one giant receipt for every party and event, just with the total number sold and things like that. Now for keeping track, each month I use these expense income trackers. And all I do is, you can see, I write down the date, description. So if I buy inventory, I'd write January 5th, buy inventory, and then I'd write how much ever my total was in the expense column. If I did a party tonight and I sold 50 pieces, I'd write January 5th, so-and-so's party. I also write the number of hostess given away at the party. And then I'd write that in my income, how much ever I made. And I just do that, and then at the end of the month, let me see if I can find one that is done. So like this one. Then at the end of the month I can total it all up and see how the month was for me. And that also makes it really simple, because at the end of the year I just need to take my monthly ones and add them all up together, and I have everything all in one spot. These are also in the Files tab somewhere too, probably under Expense Income Tracker, I'm guessing. It's been a long time since I've looked them up on there because I just make copies of these. I also keep track of my inventory a little differently now. I don't keep track bracelets, necklaces, things like that like I used to. For those of you just starting out and building your inventory, I do recommend keeping track of those each individually. I, however, don't, just because I don't need to. I don't need to know how many of each piece because my inventory is built up. So I just keep a grand total now. So as you can see here, I just have this sheet I scribble on. So you can see my total inventory right now. But regular pieces, I have 3,741. I whenever I sell some, I just cross off how many ever I sold and write the number. So if I sold 100 items today, I'd cross out my 37.41 and write 36.41. Nice and simple. If I get an order in with 100 pieces, cross off the 37.41 and write 38.41. Same goes with my Starlit Shimmer. I just cross off, add, and that's all I do. In the back here too is all my receipts from Paparazzi. And then I also have this for all my other receipts of anything else, Vista print orders, post office, things like that. Anything for my business, I keep the receipt for taxes. I also do have a notebook that I carry around with me. And in this notebook, I write down all my training call ideas. If I'm talking to you guys specifically about goals, there's a little page in here with your name on it. I'm not going to show those because that has people's personal goals, so I'm just kind of flipping through here. At the back page, I just did the back page just because it's easy for me to find. You will see where I keep track of, for taxes, they're going to want your starting inventory. So if you just started this year, that's going to be 0. And then also your end of the year inventory. My number of broken pieces. So throughout a year, I've had 26 broken pieces that were irreparable and 2 Starlit Shimmers. For those are a tax deduction. You just need to make sure and keep them because if you ever get audited, you will need them. So I just throw them in a bag and throw them in my closet. I also know the number I kept for myself. I kept 53 pieces and then 65 Starlit Shimmers. And then also the number of Hostess rewards given away. So I gave away 467 pieces this year. And I had just done this for 2014, so usually it does not look this neat. I'm just crossing off like you saw on my inventory page. I just cross off and add as we go along throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, make a clean page like that one to bring to my taxes. So what I will do is all those income and expense trackers, I will just add all those up and I will write all that down and I'll bring all those to my tax lady. I'll bring this to my tax lady. And then that's about it. If it's your first year doing taxes with Paparazzi, you will need a few more things, such as how much your internet is a month, how much your cell phone, because all that is a write-off, a portion of it, depending on how much you use it for your business. If you have a room specifically for Paparazzi, you can write off a portion of your mortgage. You'll need the square footage of your house and also the square footage of that room. And if it's your first year doing taxes with Paparazzi, I do recommend maybe just calling your tax preparer and just seeing exactly what they think you're going to need, and that will make it a little bit easier on you. I know my tax lady sends me a sheet every year just so I know and make sure I can remember to bring everything. So if you guys have any more questions, just message me, call me, text me, whatever you're most comfortable with, and I'll try and help you out. Have a good day. Thanks.